Okay guys, so both teams are ready, so I'm going to announce the project details for this game. So there they are on the screen, guys. So the first objective, the ability to post a status. The second objective is to change the color scheme with a click. Also, they need to create a profile card with user info. They need to create a working image carousel. They need to have a 2-column layout using inline-block, not flexbox. And then also, here's the bonus, the ability to prevent status from posting if the status contains the word SYNTAG. Okay, so those are the objectives. The theme of this website is social media. So they have to create a social network theme website, right? Those are the objectives. I'm going to post the objectives in the comments under the video during the game, and that way you guys can see the objectives at all times whenever you guys want to. But in the meantime, you're gonna have to wait for that. So yeah, so those are the objectives, and they get a point for each objective and a point for the bonus if they do complete the bonus. But the only way they can get the point for the bonus is if they complete all 5 objectives. All right, guys. So we're gonna start the game in just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam! So the game has started. We have that 5-second timer before the actual countdown, as you guys know, and we're in the game. So here we go. 60 minutes on the clock, not seconds. Thank God. Nothing can get accomplished in just 60 seconds. But anyways, yes, this is going to be interesting. There is no back end. They have to do it all out of JavaScript. And so a lot of workload on the JavaScript this game. Again, it's not a copy and paste. He probably just saved it. Okay, so here is the objectives. I know it's kind of in a weird way, posted in a weird way, but I'm going to post it on yes, it's a social media site for one user. As always, it's going to be a one-page website. So what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to post the objectives inside of the panel under DevWars below the video, so that way you guys can see the objectives at all times. So just give me a moment here while I do that for you guys. Almost done here. Okay, cool. So I did update it. So if you guys want to see, the objectives for yourself, it is posted right below this video, so you guys can see all the objectives at all times. It also will display on the stream every now and then. It's set to show up every 2 minutes for 30 seconds, so that'll happen on the screen as well. Also, we did post the live preview link, so if you guys want to check out the website for yourself in your own browser and refresh it as many times as you want, you are more than welcome to do so. So yeah. There we go. Okay guys, so let's review what is going on. So over here on the blue team, they have all their stuff imported. So they have their library. It looks like he's writing that out right now. So they're adding their library for their jQuery, and then they're also importing their main.js document script right in here. They have their style sheet imported. Do they have that all their stuff imported over here as well? They are importing their library up here in the head. They have their they have their style sheet imported on the red team as well, but they don't have their main.js imported just yet, but we're probably going to see that. We're only like 4 minutes into the game. Okay, man, a lot of styles going on over here in the red team. It looks like the PHP Joe imported 2 different fonts, the Oswald font and Open Sans. Yeah, so he has both fonts in here. We don't have fonts imported yet on the blue team. My head is in the way. I'm sorry, guys. We're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, so over here, you could see that they're adding the variables right now for some of these IDs. And they're adding the function for the submit button. So if you guys don't already know, they're building a social media website in a way, like a very, very small version of a social media site. Cool, so check TS. All right, give me a moment. Okay, so it looks like I got out of Hangout, so give me a moment. Okay, cool, so I am now in Hangouts for my moderators to hear me in real time. Okay, so now let's see what else is popping over here. So they have styles added over here on the blue team, but not very much. Actually, they only have 2 lines of styles, actually, but they do have these targets. But that is not their fault because they have to wait on their HTML in order to do stuff. But it looks like what's going on, actually, is the CSS guy declared the classes before the HTML guy, which is very interesting. Huh. They're probably doing some extreme coordinating right now. Some communication is definitely going on the blue team if they're able to do that. So way more JavaScript over here on the red team. Awesome job. As well as CSS. I think red team is off to a great start. So they're doing just a fantastic job. They already have the inline block style over here, which is one of the requirements for the objectives. They're working on the different background schemes over here as well. So they have the dark scheme and the default scheme. And they're separating that in the CSS, which is a great idea because if you have a dark scheme, you're probably going to want to change a bunch of styles around, like the color of the text as well. So if you have a dark scheme, you're probably going to want a lighter text color. So I wonder how they're going to handle that over here on the red team, but they haven't got started on that just yet. Actually, in the red team, the JavaScript guy has started on the theme changer. So they are working on it, but as far as the red team HTML and JavaScript are concerned, they have not added that yet or worked on it yet. I did update the objectives in the stream description. You just have to refresh your screen. So they have these column classes for the two different columns over here in the HTML layout structure. I don't see the columns over here yet on the blue team. I wonder when they're going to do it. They are working on their post container at this very moment, the styles for it. So let's see how they go about it. I'm actually pretty confused as to why I see Derek's. Okay, it's Kevin writing. Alrighty. So yeah, right here they are working on that dark theme. Do we have any styles in here for it yet? No, we don't. Are they working on the theme over here on the blue team? On the blue team, they haven't started it on their JavaScript, but they have started it in their structure as far as CSS and HTML are concerned. TS did go down for both teams, but they are working on fixing it. So if you were listening in on the blue team and red team, you're going to have to wait for just a little bit to log back in. And that reminds me, for those of you guys who don't know we do have our teams. We do have both teams in a TeamSpeak where you can actually publicly log in and listen to them if you so desire to, and kind of like, you know, spectate them in a sense. So yeah, those are the objectives that, you know, are constantly rotating to you know, pop in and out on the screen so you guys can see just by watching the stream the objectives. They are building a social networking site. A lot of work being handled over here in the JavaScript for the red team. So he has a comment over here to create a new post, and he's already working on the bonus filter. But again, they can't receive any points for doing the bonus unless they complete all 5 objectives. So are we going to be able to see that today? We'll see. So far, the last game, blue team did complete all 5 objectives, but they simply did not have enough time to complete the bonus objective. Okay, TS is back up, guys, so if you guys want to tune in, one of my moderators will post a link in the chat for you guys to join in a minute here. Okay, so yeah, I would say a lot more. I would say they're pretty even on as far as styles on both teams. But I think blue team is in the lead as in the CSS in a sense where they are more mindful on their objectives. So they already have their inline blocks in here, and they're already working on their schemes for both the default and the dark scheme. And who knows, red team might not go with the whole light and dark scheme. They might go with a color scheme. So over here on the HTML for the blue team, they are working on these post containers, but I don't see what they're going to use for their columns. I wonder if it is going to be, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing here. Custodian is utilizing those emit shortcodes to get his divs in there a lot quicker. Beautiful. So can one of my moderators please post the TeamSpeak IP in the chat so that our viewers can tune in and listen to both teams during the game. Okay, so we're going to actually refresh the page and see what is loaded here so far. Wow. So just give it a moment while these objectives disappear. Actually, we'll go back over here for now. But yeah, so until then, so we have Nicolas Cage loaded over here. They have the status message. I mean, blue team is ahead, guys. As far as what their HTML or their index HTML is outputting, yeah, they're ahead, definitely. They have a lot of stuff laid out. They have their button, their form, everything set up. I would say blue team is ahead, and that means blue team is on fire, guys. Congratulations to them for just going through this DevWars competition at 13 minutes in. Actually, yeah, 13 minutes in. They're just doing a fantastic job holding it down. So yeah, blue team is on fire. Okay, so over here on the red team, they are adding their dark data theme attribute over here. Check that out. Yep, because they have that. They have their JavaScript guy, which is the PHP Joe, taking care of all that for them. So that's going to work shortly, I'd imagine. Red input. Let's see. Yep. So again, if you guys want to see the sites for yourself, there is the blue website and there is the red website. So you guys can check that out in your own browser. I posted the links in the chat. So you guys can totally, you know, refresh as many times as you want, rescale the browser, use whatever browser you want. It doesn't matter. They do have this light theme, and dark theme button over here. So I'm imagining you could click those in the future and it will actually change the theme of the website. Wow, look at all the work over here. They're working on their carousel right now over here on the blue team in the JavaScript. I don't know if they started that yet on the red team. No, they have not. Red team is working on the theme changer and blue team is working on the carousel. Okay, yeah, so Megalas, sorry, is saying that if you join TeamSpeak, you'll get a more in-depth, I guess, you'll kind of find out what the team is going to be developing in the future. So you kind of have that spoiler in a way, as he was saying in the chat. So again, the TeamSpeak link is over here. I'm posting it right now in the chat. So if you guys did want to tune into their TeamSpeak and listen in on either the blue team or the red team, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay, in this post, they are adding the author image. And they're probably going to add their name over here. Yup, they're adding their name. That's where the name's going to go. So it's kind of an interesting way. It's kind of like we're using JavaScript to create some sort of back-end simulation. We're not using any back-end though. It's all front-end. But they are going to have to create a way for when they hit the submit button, it'll actually output a post. And as you guys can see, well, maybe some of you haven't, but one of the bonus objectives is to actually have it to where when you make a post and you have the word SYNTAG included inside of it, it would actually prevent you from posting. So that's one of the bonus objectives, but they cannot complete that bonus objective until they have all 5 objectives completed, if that makes sense. Also, the objectives are posted right below the stream, so you guys can see that at any time you want. Or you could simply wait for the objectives to show up on the screen. It shows up every 2 minutes for 30 seconds, so you can read it that way as well. Can you show the objectives? It'll show up on the screen, guys. Just be patient. It'll show up on the screen. Or, again, if you want to see it right now, you would have to look at the panel under the video. I posted it there. I don't have a way of showing it to you guys at the very moment. I'm going to skip the song. Okay. So let's see what's going on right now over here in the red team. There's the objectives right there. C9 does do SAS from what I've heard. Okay, here we go. So interesting what they're doing over here on the red team in the HTML. So they have this, they have their inputs being added. I don't see a form anywhere. They're probably going to add that soon. Yes, they got SAS working on C9, which is awesome. That's awesome news. Like you guys, for those of you guys who have been watching, you guys do know that we are a fan of preprocessors and we don't plan on banning them at all. In fact, we encourage using them on DevWars. However, frameworks such as Bootstrap are banned from DevWars. You cannot use frameworks in the game. So both teams are like holding up pretty well. Let's refresh the site and see what they've accomplished so far. Check this out, guys. Check this out. I like what they're doing on both teams. I would say they're pretty even. I mean, this is going to be a close game. We're about quarter way in, and we're already seeing both teams off to a great start. Brilliant. Okay, but however, blue team has not worked on their actual theme changer thingy-majig just yet. But they're just prioritizing their objectives differently. That's all. Man, I am just shocked to see how well both teams are holding it down. So we have some more styles going on. So for the image inside of the post author class, it's going to have a display block. It looks like they're going for, no, never mind. I was going to say a fluid design. No, they are specifying in pixels on both teams. Okay, so over here on the red team, it does look like they are going to go with, let's see. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go with a red or blue theme as opposed to a dark and light theme as we see on the blue team. So, interesting there. We have our text area being born in the HTML for the red team, thanks to Custodian, who is playing HTML. He's adding his IDs so that his JavaScript and CSS can target that. Beautiful job from both teams. We saw earlier blue team was on fire, but red team has been catching up very rapidly, so this game could go anywhere. We're 40 minutes left until the game ends, so still plenty of time to see all sorts of different things happen. We're going to refresh the site. Check this out. We have some more stuff added over here. Big Nicolas Cage profile picture. That's a very smashing picture, if I say so myself. We have inline-block over here on the post author class, and we're probably going to add that here as well. Yep. Okay, cool, cool. Good amount of JavaScript from both teams. So we're working on the post function right now in the red team. They have the date output over here too. That's awesome. Try the status on both teams. Sure thing, man. Let's try it out. So I'm just going to do a test. So test, send. Nothing yet. I mean, I can't be too surprised just yet. They do have these little things being born down here. Let's try here. Testing this out. Yeah, I don't expect anything to happen just yet. Okay, cool. So, are they going to add a form over here yet? There's no form yet, but it doesn't look like they need a form though, since they're using JavaScript anyways. So, yeah, they don't even need a form at all. That's why they're just using a button. And they're just going to use this button to activate a function on the red team. What is the objective? The objective is right there. So excellent timing. You can see the objectives. They show up every 2 minutes for 30 seconds. You can read it right there. Or if you missed it, you can look under this video on the stream and you can see it anytime you want that way. They are working on their carousel, and they are doing it in a UL tag over here on the blue team. So that's pretty interesting. Okay. Now let's see over here. They are working on their li tag in the red team. They're using the EM unit instead of pixels or percentage. So that some of you guys out there probably don't know that that's actually a valid unit in CSS of measurement. They have box sizing on this post. Brilliant. I am a huge fan of box sizing. Oh, they have one over here. They have it applied to all of it, to everything on the website. Everything has box sizing. That's fine too. So it looks like, yeah, both teams are just doing an excellent job. It's pretty close, guys. I mean, they're just working hard. Every time I scroll through here, I see something being worked on. Okay, check that out. Blue team is copying and pasting all their posts, divs, which is crazy. Yeah, carousels are the worst. They can, you know, the cool thing about these objectives, guys, is they only earn 1 point for each objective they complete. So in that case, they can actually prioritize it to where they work on either the hard things first or the easy things first to secure those points. Because if they spend too much time on the carousel, that's just 1 point. So, yes, this is the first time we've seen, I would say this one of the most complicated sites we've ever had DevWars on DevWars. So, I wonder what they can pull off. We're almost halfway in, and we have a good amount of code. We're gonna try writing this. I don't know if it's gonna work. I doubt it. We're gonna give it a second. We're just gonna give it a moment after these objectives disappear. They do have a forum tag on the blue team in the HTML for the status message. It is not necessary, but it does look good. As you can see on the red team, they have it inside of a div instead. Since there is no backend on here, there's no methods or anything like that that would be applied to this form. What is being worked on right now in the red team's JavaScript? The PHP Joe is handling JavaScript on the red team, as you can see at the top. I see his selector just kind of down here. No, it's right here. I don't see him working on anything, but I do see Aiden, Lord of Vengeance. He is actually a new follower who followed us today. So it's pretty cool to see new people playing DevWars for the first time. I love seeing new people have fun in DevWars and participate. It's just really cool. So yes, right now the layout toggle on click. Right now they are working on the toggle, so that's brilliant. So let's go over here and let's refresh the page. I'm just gonna, so we know right off the bat that this doesn't work, and that's this toggle scheme button right there. That doesn't work because we saw that in the JavaScript. He didn't even work on it yet. So we're gonna type test in here and send. Look at that. Testing this out, LOL. Guys, they already have post working on blue team. What about the red team? Volgorian, welcome to SYNTAG. You are watching DevWars. So what about the red team? Let's see. Testing this out. An update. Uh-oh. We don't see that working just yet. Lysander 6, welcome to SYNTAG. Yeah, nothing working here. What about the blue team and red team? Red theme. That's what I meant. That's not working either. That's fine, guys. So, man, blue team is doing very well. They have a lot of stuff working. They already have the posts working, which is just insane. They're about 27 minutes into the game and they have that working, which is one of the biggest JavaScript work, along with the carousel. Yeah, Diagram is just now tuning in, and we have Nicolas Cage right here on the screen from the red team. Okay, so we have profile cards being worked on right here. Guys, this is awesome. This is the most complicated project that we've ever had on DevWars. Okay, let's see what about over here. Not very much in the HTML on the red team. Take a look at all this on the blue team. Look at this. 103 lines of code. So double the amount of code on the blue team compared to the red team. Kitten Caboozle, welcome to SYNTAG. Oh, they just deleted a huge chunk of it, so but they're still ahead in the line amount. I mean, line amount doesn't mean very much, to be honest. And we do see Flamariel over here on playing CSS on the red team. He has a lot of styles in here. Man, both teams are just going hard right now on the styles, but I would say red team is just doing a fantastic job on the style sheet. It looks good. A lot of selectors, a lot of styles, which is huge. Because since design has 2 points, they're going to want to do their best to come up with something that looks fresh, something that looks modern. That way they can earn those 2 points from you guys based on how you guys vote. Also, functionality is a huge one. So, Hexost, welcome to SYNTAG. Okay, so what are they working on right here on the... They do have the layout toggle. Let's see if it works. Diesel. Welcome to SYNTAG. All right, let's refresh. Wow, that had a really cool animation. Tweeny121, welcome to SYNTAG. Appreciate the follows, guys. We're going to go back. Those are the objectives posted right there on the screen. You can see what both teams are trying to accomplish. The theme of the website is social network. So they're trying to create a social networking site. As you can see in one of those objectives, they have to have a working form that allows you to post a status on the website. And that is all accomplished using JavaScript. And I do see on the blue team they have this layout toggle inserted in this function, so we're going to check right now and see if that actually works. But look over here on the red team. I'm refreshing the page. It has some sort of animation. I could have sworn I saw some sort of animation the way it loaded in, which was really, really awesome. The links, yes, I will post the links. So there is the blue team's link, and again, you can use these links to check out the website for yourself in your own browser. Official lease, welcome to SYNTAG. John Smith. Okay, so let's do a test here, testing this out. So we did see earlier that this did not work. Suk4, welcome to SYNTAG, and I appreciate the follow. Oh, guys, check this out. The themes work over here on the red team. That is 1 point for them. So solid. Welcome to SYNTAG. We have been receiving some more follows. That's awesome. So yeah, again, the red team and blue team does work here. What about over here? Yes. Both teams did get their color schemes in. Brilliant. So that's 1 point for each of them. Again, guys, they earn 1 point per objective. There is a bonus objective, and the only way they can earn a point for that is if they complete all 5 objectives. So that is the twist on the bonus. Brilliant. Okay, now, also I want to show you new viewers out there that they do have their status working over here. So check this out. Testing this out again. Lol. Send. Look at that, guys. It did make that post right there. So that's one of the requirements, and they technically earn a point for that. Let's see if their bonus objective works. So SYNTAG is testing this out, and let's post that, see if it posts. It doesn't. Oh, it does post. So they haven't filtered that out yet, and that's fine, because that's not really a requirement at this early on. We're about halfway into the game, guys. Let's see what they can accomplish in that amount of time. Again, both teams are in TeamSpeak. They are communicating with each other. So if you guys are interested in listening in on them, you are more than welcome to. If one of my staff members or anybody who does know the TeamSpeak IP address, please post that in the chat so our new viewers can tune in and listen in either the red team or the blue team. Okay, so what are they working on over here? Let's start with the red team. So the red team hasn't had their post working yet. Their selector is over here. No, it's over. I'm not sure. There it is. So it is this one. I'm DJK. Welcome to SYNTAG. We do have our YouTube channel, so if you guys want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, head on over to that link that was posted by Bo August. I'm your redhead. Welcome to SYNTAG, man. Yeah, so we do have a YouTube channel, and we're going to be using that to upload all of our streams. Mad or Drag, thanks for the follow, and welcome to SYNTAG. You guys are watching DevWars. For those of you guys who are just now tuning in, the way DevWars is played is there's 2 teams, red team and blue team. They're live coding in front of you guys for 60 minutes. We're about halfway in now. They're both trying to create a social networking site, a one-page website, and the objectives are posted below this video. Also, every now and then the objectives will show up on the screen, and there's 5 of them and 1 bonus objective. And at the very end of the stream, you guys are going to be able to vote on design, and you guys are also going to be able to vote on functionality. So you guys will essentially have the ability to change the outcome of the game. Let's refresh both websites and see what they have accomplished thus far. Okay, so we do have a design change over here on the red team. I'm sure that they don't mean to have it look like this. We probably refreshed at a bad time, so I'm just going to leave that be. But we do have the toggle scheme working on both teams. Actually, it doesn't work anymore on the blue team. They're probably changing stuff around right now. But on the red team, it does work, and that was one of the objectives. We can't give them a point. Like, I know I said that they completed the objective and they earned 1 point, but technically, at the end of the game, if their, say their toggle color scheme does not work anymore, they don't get the point. Even though we saw it was working earlier in the game, they only earn the point if it is working, or for whatever is working after the game is finished. Okay, so what are they working on the red team in the JavaScript? A lot of JavaScript action in this project, because it is two of the objectives is actually very JavaScript dependent. I mean, every other position has a role, of course, to influence the code of JavaScript, but look how heavy this JavaScript document is right now. Look how heavy that is. Yeah, so, and we do have a carousel. We do have those carousel buttons working, being worked on over here on the blue team, but they haven't done anything with it yet. Well, actually, now that I'm talking about it, they are working on it at this very moment, so that's pretty cool. Okay, now what about the HTML over here? Not very much HTML. They're probably just, I mean, they technically don't need too much HTML. They just need this div to output, and they already have these variables right here. They have these variables inside of here, and these are JavaScript variables, so whenever we make a status update, it should output a post, so you wouldn't necessarily need to do what they're doing over here. They're probably going to have to delete this. Well, actually, what these are probably, they're probably trying to simulate statuses that were written in the past. That's probably what this is about over here. Let's go ahead and go and refresh the site and see what they have changed since we last saw. Okay, the toggle scheme does work again. Cool. I always switch to the live preview when the objective is about to pop up, so that's pretty annoying. So I try not to have the, I try not to showcase the actual live preview until the objective disappears on the screen. But I guess during this time what I'll do is I'll give you guys the link to the live preview. So there is the blue link and here is the red link. And that way you guys can open that link and look at the website for yourself in your own browser. Let's go ahead and refresh this. Okay guys, so yeah, the style is broken on the red team for the status box, but let's give it a shot. So testing this out and then update status. Okay, so that doesn't work. What about over here? So I'm writing a post right now, and let's go ahead and post that. No, sadly, nothing's outputted over here. Okay, what about the blue team? Let's see if anything's outputting over here. I wonder what these boxes are for. Oh, these are probably for the carousels. That's probably what that is, because we do see the previous and next button right here. Okay, so let's try to write something. Writing something on live stream. Send. There we go, guys. So as you guys can see, my post did show up. Let's see if they did add the filter. So SYNTAG is writing something on live stream. They don't have the filter just yet. That's fine. Again, guys, I was just, checking if they did do that or not, but it is not a requirement this early on. 21 minutes left on the clock. So, I mean, still a lot of time, a lot of stuff can be done during this time. So if you guys want to listen to them in TeamSpeak, I'm posting the IP right now. There's a link in the chat. Use that IP address with the port number to log in and listen to either what the blue team is saying or the red team is saying. So someone is saying that because of the Nicolas Cage image, it does make up for the deficiency on the blue team as far as design goes. That is pretty funny. Okay, so check this out. They're working on their carousel as we speak, which is one of the objectives. Okay, so they're using place image, and what that means is that anytime you refresh the page, it is going to have a different image. Oh, okay, so I'm guessing this is the carousel right here. This is the carousel. They're just going to have to style that. I don't see a carousel over here on the red team. They finally fixed this, and they are using a round image. Actually, this might not be a round image. It might just be a border radius 50% with the overflow. Let's find out right now, shall we? So we have the profile underscore image class. Let's find that in here. Yes, so they are using border radius 50% over here. And that's how you achieve the circle effect. So this is actually a square image, but since they have that border radius, it is making it a circular, which I think is a pretty nice touch, and that's going to help them with their design score. Both teams don't accept Bitcoin. Wow. That's kind of a shame. For those of you who don't know, that is an ongoing joke from one of the first DevWars streams we've ever had. So, check this out over here. They are working on, they are working on the post over here, which is something we haven't seen working on the red team just yet. But it looks like they're getting to that right now as we speak. The HTML and CSS has it structured to the point where JavaScript can just go in and make it work. Also, guys, we do have a YouTube channel, and the reason why you would want to subscribe to it is because currently, if you watch our past broadcasts in our Twitch channel, a lot of the audio will be muted due to the music that we're playing over here. And also another thing is that Twitch deletes the videos over a certain amount of time. So you would actually not be able to watch all the DevWars whenever you want. But if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can watch our DevWars at any time without worrying about the audio being muted. And we are working on a way for you guys to view the chat in the video as well in the YouTube channel. So definitely subscribe to that YouTube channel that I just posted in there. Deep DNI I hope I said your name right, man, but he said this is totally awesome, and that's cool, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. All the rules are posted right below this video, just in case you guys are unfamiliar. Stream Monster Cat. I will look into it. Let me take a picture of the comment you just posted. Okay. I got first subscriber on YouTube. Epinance got the first subscribe. So over here on let's check out this website again, because they kind of had everything disoriented on their website. Yeah. Okay, so actually it's not disoriented. It's a 2-column layout. So what we're probably seeing here is this is actually one of the columns right here. That's probably what that is. And this is the second column. They're probably just going to have to, what I would like to see Red Team do is eventually center this container, this parent container that both of these columns are in, and definitely give some padding or margin between this box in this status field. So here's what we're going to do. Let's type over here. So we'll say Java, welcome to SYNTAG. So we're gonna write over here. So testing this out. Let's see if it'll post the status. Check this out, guys. It did post something. It's kind of out. It kind of looks crazy weird. Crazy little. Yeah. I feel like there should have been something after that username, but yeah. So thanks for the follow, guys. Welcome to SYNTAG. Juicy O'Reilly, welcome to SYNTAG. You guys are watching DevWars. So as you guys saw on the red team, they did finally have that update status working. Not status, but the post. They did have that working, but it did output the post in kind of a strange way, and that's not a problem. All that means is that JavaScript got it working. Now it's up to the CSS guy to style it so that it looks nice. So over here on the blue team, we did see their post status working very early into the game. Guys, we are 3/4 of the way into the game. There's just 15 minutes left on the clock. What can these teams accomplish in that amount of time? So you guys did see the objectives on the screen earlier. If you guys missed it, you can see the objectives below the stream. So let's try and see if we could write another status over here. So testing this out again, and let's post. Yeah, so we are able to see this. That is the most obnoxious follow pop-up I've ever seen. Oh well. Okay, so we'll write SYNTAG is testing this out. We are going to have custom follow alerts done in the future, but currently we are using some pre-designed ones at the moment. We're going to have custom ones, and we're also going to have custom sounds. So let's try posting this. So we don't have a filter preventing this post to be made if my name is in there, which is actually the bonus objective. But like I said earlier, it does not matter if they didn't do that right away, because they actually have to complete all 5 objectives before they can work on their bonus. So testing this out. Well, I'm updating my status. Update. So that makes a post over here as well. So I'm not sure if this is going to update this over here, which that's what I imagine. Jarrail, welcome to SYNTAG. Okay, let's refresh the blue team, see what they got. Wow, their carousel is working. Look at that, guys. It was working. Nice. Brilliant. This is a very nice looking carousel. All they need to do is style it a little bit. They do have their date stamps in here on their posts, and as you guys saw earlier, this is working. We're going to head back over to the code. Urban Mango, welcome to SYNTAG. So for those of you guys who are just now tuning in, we are playing DevWars, which is a battle between developers, and you guys are watching on the screen 2 teams battling each other for 60 minutes to create the best website. The Duke, welcome to SYNTAG, appreciate the follow. The objectives are posted on the stream. As you guys can see, they just went away. But yeah, so over here, let's see what the JavaScript is working on the blue team at this very moment. They are working on this function called show image by index. This gonna be good. They have some sort of local storage over here. So red team is feeling pretty good, I'd imagine. They have a very clean design on the red team. Look at that. Check that out. It looks really nice. Oh, look, guys, they styled the posts, which it looks really nice. You saw earlier that it looked pretty plain when you made an update. Let's try this right now. So playing DevWars, what's poppin'? Post. Check that out, guys. My name is John Smith, and I just made a post on this website. Let's try updating my status. Feeling hyped. Update status. Guys, check that out. This actually isn't a requirement, but I just updated my status over here on the red team. Let's see if I can say my name is SYNTAG. Let's see if that prevents. Okay, that's still working. I'm always just trying to see if we can do that. But blue team is getting more objectives accomplished over here. We can toggle these themes as you guys saw earlier. So let's see. Test. Uploading status. Okay, so as you guys can see, it does make that status. It does delete all the previous statuses though. I'm not sure if they wanted to do it that way. SYNTAG updating status. Let's try that out. Okay, both teams still didn't do that, but blue team did work on their carousel, which is actually one of the objectives, so they are going to get a point for that once they finish with it. Guys, 10 minutes left on the clock. Can my moderators please inform both teams that there's 10 minutes left and that they should get whatever they're working on finished as soon as possible. I say this every time, guys. During this point in the game, both teams should be very mindful of the time that they have, because if they spend too much time working on new things, they're going to fall behind, because they're gonna risk their website not being functional. So whatever they have working on right now, they need to make sure that they're finishing it up so that it is finished by the time the clock hits 0. So exactly 10 minutes left on the clock. Let's see what's being worked on in this HTML on the blue team. Where's their selector? It looks like it's over here. Yes, they are working on their posts as we speak. They just kind of have their cursor selected on the class name there. Not really much going on. What about on the red team? Not very much going on here either. I see his selector kind of over here. They're probably just either thinking or communicating at this point in time. But we do see a lot of activity going on over here in the CSS, as well as... Okay, so we do have some media queries over here, and that's going to help with responsiveness. We are going to account for that later in the game. So we're still working on this image. We have that border radius as we saw earlier, and that's gonna make the image a circular shape as opposed to a square shape. Have they worked on their carousel yet over here? No, I don't see them working on the carousel. It looks like what red team might do is, because obviously at this point in time they don't have enough time to make a carousel unless the PHP Joe is just crazy at JavaScript and can code that fast. That would be very impressive. But it looks like they just are prioritizing the rest of the objectives to get all those points in. So at the most, they are going to be able to receive 4 points for doing the rest of the objectives. But again, guys, blue team does look like they're making it a mission to complete all objectives, and if red team doesn't complete all the objectives, then they're not going to be able to get that extra bonus point. So let's see what they have now. I would have to say red team looks very nice with their design. I mean, wow. I would like to see some padding over here to the right. Actually, there is, but it is getting cut off because it is kind of a fixed. It's not responsive to my screen width. If they can fix that, I think it'll look even nicer. I'm sure they're going to fix it. Let's test this out again. Let's do Hello World over here. Hello World. I would like to see some padding inside of this as well, inside of this little, but it doesn't matter. It still looks good. Playing DevWars. Cool. So look at that, guys. Let's see if SYNTAG here, not Syntang, SYNTAG post. Okay, so I mean they're not even going to be able to do the bonus round anyway, so I'm going to stop testing for that over here on the red team. But we can switch the theme. I think it's more appropriate for the red team to have this be the default color, right? What do you guys think? By default, they have blue, their default color, which is kind of ironic because they are on the red team. They want to definitely, oh, guys, check this out. Red team does accept Bitcoin. Red team accepts Bitcoin. That is awesome. Look at that. All right, let's refresh the blue team, see what they got going on. They do have their carousel, and it looks very nice, guys. Everything's working. I wonder if they're going to have images inside of this. Probably not, but guys, it's looking very good. Okay, so blue team does need to work on their styles. I mean, they have their functionality down. They are completing their objectives, but red team is just killing it as far as design. And blue team is going to have to take the hit on that. Sorry, guys, for shouting. That was a surprise. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool to see how both teams are prioritizing how they're getting their points. I mean, you could earn points by objectives, or you could earn points by design, or you could earn points by functionality. And it looks to me like blue team is making it a goal to get all of the objectives completed, which is going to give them 6 points by doing so. And we saw earlier that since red team does not have enough time to write their carousel, that they're going to miss out on 2 points. That is the bonus point as well as the carousel. So actually, in theory, blue team made up for the design by completing all the objectives. So that is very interesting. A very interesting strategy from the blue team. Peace out, diagrammatics. Thanks for tuning in, man. But yes, they do accept Bitcoin, guys, over here. Guys, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Moderators, please inform both teams of the time. Look at that huge Nicolas Cage. Okay, they fixed it. They do have their 2 column over here. Let's see if they fix this. So let's say SYNTAG is posting now, because they do have the ability to get that extra point from the bonus, which they're going to want to do because from what it looks like, they actually have all objectives completed. Yes. So if they can get this to not post when I have the word SYNTAG in there, then they are going to earn that extra point, and that is going to make up for their design, because it looks like red team is going to get 2 points for their design if you guys vote for them to win on that. Guys, just 3 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. What can be done during this time? Look at all this JavaScript that is being written. It's interesting to see how both teams handle their code in different ways. So same project, different output. Yeah, so ability to post status check, change color scheme with click, profile card with user info, a working carousel, 2 column layout using inline-block. I mean, blue team has everything. They completed all their objectives. Let me see if they have that filter yet. So SYNTAG is making a post. Uh-oh. I think they got it. I think they earned that bonus point. Let's remove SYNTAG. Yes, guys. Blue team did complete their bonus objective, and it looks to me like they are going to receive 6 points, but we're not going to be able to allot them or reward them the points until the game is over, because anything can happen. By the time the clock hits 0, if they don't close a tag or they miss a semicolon or something and the page breaks, they could take a hit on that, and whatever objective they completed during the game will actually not count. Even though you saw all objectives working for the blue team, anything can happen, guys. So again, for those of you who don't know, you do get a point for each objective completed and a point for the bonus objective, but you cannot get the point for the bonus objective until you complete 5. And the red team did not have time to work on the carousel, so they are missing out on 2 points right there, but they are making up for that with the design. Thank you for posting the live preview website in the chat. So if you guys are interested in checking out the website for yourself in your own browser, do so by clicking the link in the chat. So it looks like the red team did have their default theme as red, which makes sense. Now they are kind of showcasing their team color, their team pride, and everything like that. Let's see the say no to SYNTAG. So it looks like they do have this alert added over here that we didn't see earlier. And from now on, guys, I'm not going to show you what the website looks like anymore in my own browser. I'm going to actually wait for the game to be over, but in the meantime, we're actually going to just look at the code until the game is finished. Let's see what they're working on over here. So they have their custodian has a selector over here after this comment tag, so nothing going on there. How about the blue team? We have okay, so he just added margin to the status form. Wow, there's some more classes being added right now, guys. They're at 30 seconds left. He is adding some more styles as we speak. They are not done yet. But guys, whatever they need to finish whatever they're doing right now, because it's gonna suck very bad if they don't have their website completely closed off by the time the clock hits 0. Just 13 seconds, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the game is over, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Blue for the win. Look at that alert that just popped up right there. All right, so guys, moderators, lock their documents down so they cannot edit it any longer. Red has local storage over here, as indicated by Ram Singh over here. Check this out. Local storage. This gonna be good. They have a loop over here, a for loop to do that. But anyways, guys, we're going to refresh the page on both teams, and whatever they have is what they have. So, yeah. Wow, check that out, guys. Okay, here we go. So this is both websites completed. Okay, let's start over here with the blue team. So we do have a checklist for objectives. So one of the objectives was to create a carousel. I hope my moderators are taking note of the points. So they do have a working carousel over here, and it just works very nicely. I don't see any bugs with this. It's 5 images going back and forth. And you can also use these little icons down here to toggle through the images. So awesome job over there. Also, they do have a toggle scheme, which was another objective. So they already completed 2 objectives over here. Okay, now a profile card was supposed to be added as well. We don't have a full screen option, sorry. So over here we're going to write a status. So testing this status out right now. So check this out, guys. I just made a status. It shows my name, which is Nicolas Cage. Well, I'm logged into Nicolas Cage's account, so I pretty much hacked his account. So you have the date stamp over here, the time I posted it, and let's see, just for giggles, let's see if I can make another status. Making another status. And let's upload that. Cool, so it does update all my statuses. Let's see now if I can add, let's say SYNTAG is making a post now, and let's update that. Say no to SYNTAGs. Okay, brilliant. So they did receive that bonus point. They do have their 2-column grid over here. It looks to me, guys, like blue team did complete all objectives, and including the bonus objectives, so that leaves them at 6 points in total for all the objectives. So good job, blue team. You secured all of the objectives. Now, red team, however, they didn't complete all of the objectives, but we're going to go check it out right now. So they do have one of their objectives completed over here. They have blue theme and red theme. Yeah, so blue team and red team. And then we're going to say, we're going to update our status. This is a really cool feature that red team worked on. It actually wasn't even a requirement, but it's really cool. So live streaming DevWars. Let's update our status. Check that out. It just updated my status. I'm logged inside of Josh Smith's account. They do have a local storage over here on the red team. Okay, so we're going to write a status right now. So, hey guys, I'm streaming DevWars. Post. Wow, look how nice the design looks over here. We do have some overlapping going on over here, so that's probably due to the Z index on the header. They probably, oh, I'm getting someone to tell me to reload. Check that out, guys. It did save everything. So even though I reloaded, their local storage is actually keeping all of the content on the website. And that is because of the local storage. That's brilliant. Good job, guys. PHP Joe, you did an awesome job, bro. Wow. That's going to definitely give you points in functionality. So as you guys can see on the red team, they didn't complete all the objectives. They only completed 4. And there was 5. So as you guys know, in order to get the point for the bonus objective, you have to complete all 5 objectives. So they are sitting at 4 points. But it looks like red team is going to make up for that by their design, because you do get 2 points for winning in the design poll. So right now, guys, I'm actually going to set up the poll, and you guys are going to be voting on who has the best design. So let's go ahead and create the poll right now. There you guys go. The poll is up there on the screen. Who has the best design? I'm going to simply do the responsive, but showcase the responsive design by just resizing this. So as you guys can see, blue team is responsive. I don't see any. It's not responsive over here. It looks like everything's just kind of fixed on the red team. I'm just trying to showcase that. But who has the best design, red team or blue team? Simply type blue or red in the chat, and your vote will be accounted for live on this poll. This has been an awesome game, guys. Probably one of the best DevWars projects we've ever had. So it's either red or blue. We're going to be voting for just 1 more minute and 20 seconds. Wow, so guys, I mean, it has been really cool, guys. And red does accept Bitcoin, as you guys can see down here. That's probably why they're winning, is because of this right here. If they didn't have that, it would easily be blue's game. You know, if they had a max width or minimum width set, or max width rather, set on this container, they'd probably have some nice padding over here no matter what screen size I had. Or actually, if it was fluid, it would look really nice. But it's not. Amu Rice, welcome to SYNTAG. It's kind of hard to read your guys' names behind the poll, so I do apologize. Okay, guys, so it does look like red won by a huge margin. So right now they are actually sitting at a tie. So even though red team wasn't able to complete all the objectives, they are at 6-6 right now. So now we're going to be voting on functionality, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and close this poll. So the last vote, and this is the tiebreaker. Who has the best functionality? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh the page just one more time. And I'm going to showcase their, so we're going to start over here on the blue. So they have a working carousel. I don't see any bugs with this. There's nothing wrong with this carousel at all. And you could even use these images to shuffle between the carousel. So that's really good. This works flawlessly. You just simply toggle the scheme, so there are no bugs on the site. And then when we add a status, so adding status. Okay, cool. So that's awesome, and we could keep adding statuses, as you guys can see, and I'll actually show the date stamp over here as well. And but the thing is that blue team doesn't have a local storage, which, I mean, it wasn't a requirement, but it's just interesting to note. Red team did have a local storage, so when you refresh the site, it does save all the posts. And now let's go over to the red team and see what they did. Let's update the status, so we could say updating status now. Well, let's have something better than that. So feeling good. So we added that, and we're gonna say, hey guys, I'm making a new post that will save. So let's save that. So we just posted that, and we're gonna refresh the page, and it does stay. So that was done with JavaScript because of local storage. Check that out, guys. I refreshed the page and it's still saved. And now also they do have a toggle for the blue team and red team that works very well. Alright guys, so this was all front end. There was no back end at all. So that's crazy to see, guys. Okay guys, so here we go. We're gonna actually throw up the poll. Which team has the best functionality? Bam. So we're gonna have 2 minutes to vote for this. It's either blue or red, guys. So which team had the best functionality? I just went through the website. I'm going to give you guys the live preview link. So if you guys want to, this is the tiebreaker right here. If you guys want to see the website for yourself in your own browser, that is the way to do it, guys. This is the tiebreaker right here. So it's looking very close, guys. Very close. Functionality. Keep in mind that blue team did have a very nice carousel as well. So that's one of the objectives that red team didn't get around to doing. They probably forgot. We're going to be voting for about a minute and 20 more seconds here. Wow, this vote is so close, guys. As soon as this second hand reaches the top of this clock, I'm going to close the vote, and whatever the vote is during that time, that is it. It's going to be over. So which team has the best functionality? In order to vote, all you have to do is type blue or red in the chat, and your vote will be thrown onto the live poll immediately, guys. Just 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to close the vote. 30 more seconds. Wow, this is so close. 15 more seconds. So close, so close. Wow, it is tied, guys. Whatever the poll is, as soon as this clock hits the top, I'm gonna make it. It's tied. Okay, we're gonna add 30 more seconds to the clock. So as soon as the second hand reaches the bottom of the page, it cannot be a tie. We're gonna give 30 more seconds. So as soon as the second hand reaches the bottom of this clock, I'm gonna stop the vote right there. So to vote, it's blue or red. This is such a close DevWars. I can't have a tie. So, okay guys, just 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bam. Blue team won, guys. It was a tie earlier, but we did have to extend the time. It was a very close game, 61 votes. Guys, blue is the winner. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to blue won both times. So congratulations, blue team. You did a fantastic job. Man, red though, you guys did, oh my goodness, you guys did such a good job, but wow. Yeah, blue probably won because of that carousel. So that carousel saved you guys over there. You guys determined the outcome of this game. You guys were the ones to vote. That was a shock though. It was probably the closest DevWars. It was the closest DevWars we have ever seen. That was unexpected. So I hope you guys like the new voting system. I mean, yeah, so let's go ahead and pop into the blue team chat and see what happens. So what's happening, blue team? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Congratulations on winning. Holy crap, did you guys expect to win there?
It was crazy. That was great.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, I do see someone, one of your teammates is in TeamSpeak. Has he been absent the whole time?
No, he's just come back.
Yeah,
Oh.
we were online the whole time. Yeah, the communication was great, I think.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you guys were able to pull that carousel off, which was, I think, what saved you guys at the very end there with that tie. So, I'm sure you guys are glad you took care of that. It worked flawlessly. Obviously, if there was bugs in it, you probably wouldn't have won. Because in the last DevWars, we saw the carousels being worked on both teams, and we did find a lot of bugs with that. It didn't run as smoothly as this one. So congratulations, guys. Is there anything you guys want to say?
Yeah, I didn't actually notice they put those buttons in for the carousel until sort of a few minutes before the end, so
Wow.
that was a little bit of a heart attack for me there.
Dang, dude, I'm surprised you pulled that off, because that's a very risky move you pulled off there, but man, congratulations, guys.